One idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem.
And last night we brought you the story of former North Carolina State University professor Kamau Kambin, who made those comments at a forum on media coverage of Hurricane Katrina last year. It has caused so much outrage that we thought we'd try and bring you a closer look tonight. Joining us now from the new Black Panther Party is Minister Hashim Nzinga is with us. You going to support this?
I'm going to say this. It's a shame that you go back to 2005 and pull up our professor and these words and then bring on the grandson of slaves and ask me, am I going to support this?
I don't care about his resume. He just talked about exterminating. The only conclusion I can draw is that we need to exterminate white people. I ask you a simple yes or no question. Do you support this garbage, yes or no?
Well, here I am on your show right now. You set me up for extermination. You always bring us on for the FBI profile for later we can be exterminated. White people set people up for exterminating and carry it out.
Mr. Nzinga, this is a very simple question. I'm sure you can understand. He's talking about exterminating. That means murdering and killing white people.
Okay, we would like an answer from your audience. Why did the young man get shot 50 times and exterminated in New York, and Attorney Malibu Shabazz of the New Black Panther Party has to go to New York on Sunday to do rallies in the streets?
You, by your inability to even take as simple and basic a stand that extermination, talking about racial extermination being wrong, is that you support him.
When John baptized Jesus, he said, I baptize you with water, but there's one coming after me that will baptize you with fire. Why fire? Because nothing remains in its present form when fire touches it. America must be burned. Listen to me, because I really don't care no more about what anybody thinks. Because if we're going to go down this road and make a covenant, we can't make another covenant with death.
A federal grand jury in Detroit today charged the 13 top leaders of the Weathermen with plotting to bomb public buildings in Chicago, Detroit, New York, and Berkeley, California. The Weathermen are the militant faction of the Students for a Democratic Society. Only one of the 13 is now in custody.
The FBI said the Weather Underground organization, which took credit for the bombing, is the same radical group which was responsible for the bombing of the U.S. Capitol in 1971 and the Pentagon in 1972. But federal officials don't really know much about the group, which is believed to have between 20 and 30 members.
There's a second name that's important here. His name is William Ayers. You used it. Billy Ayers of the Weather People. Not a casual acquaintance, but he's not Barack Obama's generation. He's more a mentor to Barack Obama. They've known each other at least since '95. Bill Ayers and his wife Bernadine Dorn were principals in Barack Obama's first run for the state Senate. In fact, they found a Meet the Candidate dinner meeting at their home in 1995. They've served together on a critical philanthropy in Chicago, the Woods Fund. They've given money to important people in Chicago. They know each other a long time. Bill Ayers was on the New York Times on September 11th, quoted as saying there was an eloquence to bombs. He's not an attractive character for a president to hang out with. Rashid Halidi. Halidi is a known link to the PLO. Halidi met Mr. Obama in the 1990s when they were at the University of Chicago together. You understand, this is about associations. This is not about crime. All of these men will be principal in the discovery of who Barack Obama is if he becomes president. This is part of his biography and his library.
President Kibaki arrives at State House to be sworn in as president for another 5-year term. But as he took the presidential oath in the peaceful setting of the State House garden, elsewhere angry opposition supporters were claiming the election was rigged, and violence broke out across the East African nation. Opposition leader Raila Odinga called for a recount and an alternative inauguration.
Figures of President Kibaki have been inflated by as much as 300,000 votes.
We have no government in jail. They're all government. We stand for that. We want the Human Rights Commission.
At least 10 have already died in rioting, and many believe worse is to come.
The facts are this. This is somebody who was active in politics in Illinois, who I knew. Nobody had any indications that he was engaging in wrongdoing. He was somebody who I knew and had been a supporter for many years. He was somebody who had supported a wide range of candidates all throughout Illinois. Nobody had an inkling that he was involved in any problems. When those problems were discovered, we returned money from him that had been contributed. And what is true is that I also purchased a piece of land from him.
The government lied about inventing the HIV virus as a means of genocide against people of color. Governments lie.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. Fox has obtained hours of tapes with many more controversial comments, and here are some more excerpts of other portions you probably have not yet seen or read about.
The government lied about Pearl Harbor. They knew the Japanese were going to attack. Governments lied. We've got a paranoid group of patriots in power that now, in the interests of homeland security, the government lied about the Tuskegee experiment. They purposely infected African American men with syphilis. Fighting for peace is like raping for virginity.
What's going on in white America, U.S. of KKKA? Black men turning on black men. That is fighting the wrong enemy. You both are the primary targets in an oppressive society that sees both of you as a dangerous threat.
We cannot see how what we are doing is the same thing Al-Qaeda is doing under a different color flag. And guess what else? If they don't find them some weapons of mass destruction, they're going to do just like the LAPD and plant them some weapons of mass destruction. God damn America, that's in the Bible, for killing innocent people. God damn America for treating us citizens as less than humans. God damn.
Causes some white people and some Uncle Tom some problem. Oh, I am so glad that I got a God who knows what it is to be a poor black man in a country and a culture that is controlled by and run by rich white people. We have got to change the way we have been doing things as an arrogant, racist, military superpower.
We believe God sanctioned the rape and robbery of an entire continent. We believe God ordained African slavery. We believe God makes Europeans superior to Africans and superior to everybody else too.
Where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.